Suitability. She said to me, I'm just trying to live a life, but it was obvious that she was really shoveling at a mountain of crap that some dumbass man had piled, trying to retouch her person with new psychosexual focus, to put the past out of range, downriver, back into Adumbra, where possibly, in her mind, if not within her heart, it might not ever have happened. Mules and asses. In some moments it seems that it cannot have been that you ever kicked up heels in the pauses between, and collected signs and omens, response or receptiveness in any manner, unmanageably or else, but all of those mutables had exercised their right of variance on you while you rubishly learned the rights which won a woman in another time. So the women went on walking around you under their Renoir-esque umbrellas and wondered a bit whereof that weirdo whose essay seemed, well, rather pathetic, and yet some unseen magic flakes now and then from him to her, so that a fine feminine head turns, knowing she has learned something of another, more definite and passionate issue in front of you. Confidants amok, paradise amok, revisionist fetishes, an ignorant lark. You wade into territories void but by flesh, simultaneously battling form and the centuries while walking peacefully in them. Board games, all night long. The moving by proxy of surrogates, both in dream and drowse, but if you had seen the cold hammer precision carried by freebooting angels into the skin of that one man, passing defeat, and posing it for all machines and all other men, then you too may have named your worst nightmare Elysium, and thinking and acting solely upon thought is outre, belonging to centuries before machinations spread chrome and littered tin and steel about the human landscape. Barbarousness and gentlemanliness do not contest anymore. Ideological grounds are only for hire, not for decisively proving as gates to open fields. Hegemony's song, even unsung, is always flat. Identity kinked and curlicued by a game participation in the nonsensical. Rapture at the hands of saints, but who studies the rapture of the commonplace, of ordinary man? Insight plus foresight properly revives the mystical, so that words fail, belief fails, sex and even death fails, and only crystal intuition in the birth moment, and what jewels one presupposes are his, make for ripeness, for harvest. The air is clear, as clean and as sure as it will besmirch upon speech. The birth moment and its jewel. Invisible board games, unimprovable positions, all night long. From August of 2013, electronic children, nurtured by voltage, suckled not by Romulus and Remus anymore, but by electricity and Coca-Cola, moving fast like Miller's magnetos, once human, now searching out a sound or a story or a song in which to embed the live and ricocheting germ of the self, starting to statue like the eye, where the information, whether groundable, is as solemn as a wink, but the wink only valid when returned. There is nothing of the world to refute other than will, and if refuting and refusing that as prima facie cause, then nothing else needs negating. Voltage, high power, ephemera, bodies transferred, recalibration of attitudes, moving pictures, ribaldry, exterior placement, animals lost to themselves within the comfortable interstices. Leap of faith. Like studying the games of grandmasters long gone who passed startled pawns or poisoned them, or made great grandstanding sacrifices, though opponents fully knew that the queen or rook had some secret noose behind its apparent nakedness, like internalizing the fantastic moves and the nearly unsettling brilliance behind them. That is, chess pieces moving, giving shape to idea, idea thus then transmitted through, then commuted to the bravura of straight courage. Very much so is it to attempt the connection to such tendency in literary capacity, though as we all well know, as always so, there is no absolute for the poem, no opponent but the footprints in deep snow, which go on ahead of us in leading to some chilling, heretofore unseen overlook, though of course the key to either is the moment of a man's time, when even Capablanca's greatest essays fall to ordinary, and he no longer sees a sun, a planet, a board, a match, or competitor, sacrifice, mate. Remembrance or hindrance or swinging gate, but a new field, as though the true games went on only in a space heaven bright. And all of the rest of this was tossed down and laid out, a doppelganger divinity, blessed in imagination by its games.